done, Dawson. Chris Murphy's joined me for this one. It is the best player on the planet, Mighty Mike, and heavy metal Ryan Searle, looking to win his first ever PDC ranking title.
Yeah, well, the previous record in matches between this pair and the status and ranking in World Dart suggests that this should be something of a mismatch, but if you watch the progress of both players today, and indeed the semi-finals we've just had, it should be anything but, because Ryan Searle has survived fewer scares than Michael van Gerwen this afternoon, and has just produced a quite brilliant performance at his match of his fellow Dutchman Jeffrey Desvan in the semis, averaging identical the figures to MVG in his win against Peter Wright, where they both averaged 101.3. So MVG, Dan, certainly could and should have the game on his hands.
Yeah, I think so. And look, we know that when Ryan Searle's on it, he's great. Look at this.
140.
Back-to-back ton 40s. We saw it at the World Championship where, I'll be honest, he had Gary Anderson
60.
beaten. He was all over him. Absolutely battering him off the board. 3-1 up in sets, and then Anderson found a way to turn it around, but had to play some really good darts to stop him.
Gerwen not going to complete the 1-5-2 combination, and already in
90.
this final, his throw is under threat. Bullseye.
Game
Oh
shot.
my, bullseye for Ryan Searle to take the first leg with a break.
Ryan Searle has only ever been in one ranked final in PDC darts before. That was when he took on Nathan Aspinall,
180.
where they were both players who had never won a ranking title before. It was an enormous game for the pair of them.
59.
This will feel so much different for Ryan. Not only has he been here before at this stage, but he knows he's the underdog. He knows it's a free roll. If he loses to Van Gerwen, it doesn't, he's not expected to beat Van Gerwen.
Taking the first leg in the final. He's fired in the first
93.
180 of the final. He hit 12 before the final today. 6 of them coming in the semi-final.
Well, that's the thing. He's not been smashing 180s, but he's only had one average below 96 and a half. That is an astonishingly consistent
95.
display.
Yeah, went for the treble 7. Didn't have to
81.
bother with the bullseye at the end of this leg, because Michael van Gerwen is stranded somewhere near Salford.
140.
Well, Van Gerwen, by contrast, he has had a couple of off performances today.
Game shot.
And he finds himself 2-0 down, as he was, it has to be said, in the semi-final to Peter Wright. Then he rattled off 6 legs on the spin. But he might have to do something similar here.
59.
Ryan Searle is playing a bit better than Peter Wright in the early stages of this.
Well, it has been a case, hasn't it, for MVG this afternoon of either demolishing his
45.
opponent with an excellent display or getting embroiled in a bit of a scrap and wriggling out of it.
Well, his game against Willie Borland, it was only a 91 average. It was only a 95 average against Ryan Joyce, and he survived match darts. I don't know how many, but I think at least 3. Maybe more, maybe as many as 6. But he has had a let-off.
100.
He still considers this part of the year, with his new equipment and everything, a bit of a trial phase. He's using different gear than he is in the Premier League.
133.
And he's still able to throw big averages, Pete Wright, who was great, 107 average to start the day against Maywisser. Great display against Dirk van Duijvenbode on this streaming board earlier.
99.
He has won, of course, over 130 titles in his career, Michael van Gerwen now, but yet to pick one up this year, and that will be something that will just niggle in his mind, even though, as you say, Dan, he is kind of treating the first 3 months as a transition period, if you like.
97.
We saw a few first-time winners on the Players' Championship Series last year, likes of Jose de Sousa, Glenn Durrant, of course, Harry Ward, Willie O'Connor, and Ryan Searle become a first-time winner. Well, another one in there would have given him a dart at tops.
100.
This is a big visit already for Michael van Gerwen in the context of this final. And he's not even got a dart at double.
22.
Do not miss the big number, as we call it, Chris Murphy.
Criminal stuff. from MVG.
Game
And
shot.
Searle nicks the leg.
Ryan Searle is 3-0 up with 2 breaks of throw against the world number 1 in a ranking final.
140.
And the thing is, he's averaging high 90s again here.
100.
He's been averaging high 90s all day. There is nothing to suggest that Ryan Searle's level is going to drop.
140.
Nothing at all. He's been playing like this since midday.
There has been superb stuff from the 32-year-old
140.
from Wellington in Somerset.
What did he do before he was a darts player?
He was a window cleaner, Ryan Searle.
That's it, yeah.
97.
He has had some impressive victories, not just the calibre of performances, as you've alluded to already, Dan, but the calibre of opponent as well. The likes of Glenn
180.
Durham, Gerwen Price, Michael Smith, all along the way.
Treble 18. Leaves in the bull again. Oh my
99.
word. But Michael Van Gerwen might only get a dart at the bullseye here. It's another big moment. Double 12. And the
Game
last
shot.
dart is there. Michael Van Gerwen clinging on in this final. He was very nearly 4-0 down.
The former window cleaner almost halfway up the ladder. But Van Gerwen just got his
59.
hands on his ankle now.
Are all former window cleaners this good at darts, Murph?
58.
I can confirm they are not.
Yeah, from personal experience.
But most people that are this good at darts are not that good at cleaning windows.
96.
So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, isn't it? I have to say, Ryan Searle can barely see the
100.
dartboard, so I'm not sure how many complaints he would have got for smears and smudges.
Well, I mean, if there were written complaints, he probably didn't see them either, so it probably doesn't matter.
86.
Ryan Searle is literally, and this is not hyperbole, this is not an exaggeration, he is only just above the
59.
legal limit in terms of his vision to be able to drive a car, and we are talking tiny margins.
So he could be declared legally blind if his vision deteriorates, and then we could have a legally blind darts champion on our hands.
180.
Oh my word. He's just a field player. And he must be feeling excellent, but this might ruin his moods, and that is Michael Van Gerwen pinning the double. Last dart, under pressure.
And with a third of the
41.
bed covered as well from MVG, as we saw from that replay there.
How important is that missed dart at bullseye for a 4-0 lead going to turn out to be?
134. 123.
He's played at a very easy on the eye pace this match. And will
60.
be a pace that perhaps will suit Michael Van Gerwen, or should suit Michael Van Gerwen.
Should suit the pair of them, really, shouldn't it?
Yeah,
80.
it's just kind of walk up, collect your darts, walk round and throw them again, isn't it?
But then, look, Ryan Searle, he's played Michael Smith
40.
and Jeffrey Desvaughn, but he's also played Michael Barnard and Glenn Durham. Doesn't matter how quick he's going, the man's been throwing high 90s averages all day.
83.
There may just be a door ajar here for Searle, although it doesn't look like he's going to walk through it.
83.
A 96 finish is not the easiest, because if you don't find the treble 20, then it's a treble, a double or two doubles, but never mind, he has found it. Although not the
78.
double.
Tricky one, this, though. Tricky, but not impossible. Double 16. Oh, my word.
127.
Oh, my word.
Straight for it,
Game
straight
shot.
in it, and back level as quick as a flash. It looked as if Michael Van Gerwen was sinking in the quicksand in this final, but all of a sudden he's levelled it up and effectively has control of this tie, but only after an
139.
almighty scare from Searle.
Yeah, well, he has won the last 3 legs, Michael van Gerwen, but he's survived a dart in 2 of those.
60.
So this game very much alive, but MVG did go 2-0 down in the semis.
100.
And found himself 6-2 up against Peter Wright, the world champion.
What Ryan Searle was doing very well against Jeffrey Desvan was whenever he got kind of
100.
halfway down a leg, below 250, he could produce big numbers then, just right when it mattered, either in terms of a big setup shot or a big finish.
Bit like that Van Gerwen's just done, yeah?
Yeah, he made the case against Ryan Searle,
97.
who can't leave the finish. Van Gerwen should make it 4 on the spin.
62.
Oh, you're allowed to miss those ones when your opponent's only halfway down from 501. Ryan Searle knows
57.
what it's like to go up against MVG. He's done it 4 times before and he's never managed to win.
Game shot.
And he finds himself behind despite having that 3-0 head start in this one. And how does Ryan Searle bounce back?
140.
Because even the world champion couldn't bounce back against MVG in the semis.
Yeah, it certainly has a similar feel.
60.
Van Gerwen taking the chances that he's offered.
119.
Well, at the start of the year, I mean, obviously this is a massive match. This is a bigger game for Ryan Searle than it is for Michael van Gerwen. That's not to say it isn't an important
99.
game for MVG, because I'm sure he's desperate to get a first title of the year and a first title with these new darts. But
100.
irrespective of the result, this surely puts Ryan Searle in great stead for the rest of 2020, particularly when you consider his only other ranking final was in the
58.
last Pro Tour weekend, wasn't it? So it wasn't as if he had loads more Pro Tour action when he'd proven that he was in some good form.
64.
Well, he's made a good fist of this 8th leg and looks in pole position
93.
to tie up the match and just halt that charge of the green machine. Double top would do that,
Game
has
shot.
done that. We may be talking about more than just another final appearance for Ryan Searle. There is still plenty of legs in this
57.
match yet.
Yeah, well, anybody who is not already in the frame for things like the World Match Play, the World
140.
Grand Prix, then winning one of these titles is a big, big step towards that. And Ryan Searle, of course, unseeded. There's be a big step towards getting in the seeded
140.
these floor tournaments.
Of course, whoever wins will be the story of the day, but it is a day that has thrown up a few stories. We've had 2 9-darters, Mensa Suljovic, captured live on the stream. You can see that for yourself on the PDC media channels. Danny Knopfler added his name to the 2020 9-dart club. Also Lisa Ashton winning a couple of games as well.
140.
Yeah, she's getting further and further, isn't she? First round exit first day, second round exit second day, third round exit third day, as MVG wants the ball
Game
and
shot.
pins it for a 164. Darts of an absolute legend. A 12-darter on the bullseye, and Ryan Searle can only look on from a distance. He'll have no idea when that bullseye landed, but I think the reaction probably told him.
60.
Well, he was on 82 when Van Gerwen completed that combination, so he should have been expecting at least 1 dart.
100.
And as you said, Dan, that is what champions do.
98 averages the pair. 5-4
78.
effectively on throw, despite these runs of legs that we've seen in this final. You said that the performances so far today
121.
suggested that Van Gerwen was going to be given a game. He is being tested and given a real game by Ryan Searle.
180.
An expertly timed maximum, just keeping himself in front, keeping himself in command.
96.
In this leg, and it's looking likely to be tied after 10.
59.
Well, if you're up against Michael van Gerwen, I don't care whether you're an unseeded player or even
100.
the world number 2. If you say, well, hang on, just give me 5-5 in a race to 8, so it's just a an effectively best of 5 legs. I'll take that. I fancy me chances. Does he fancy the bull?
99.
Can't pin it.
Couldn't make it 5-5. Double 6.
72.
Would have made it 6-4. Another chance for Ryan Searle to level up.
Game shot.
And it is 5-5, and he has got that race to 3. Can he make the most of it?
Well, I assume I've not seen Ryan
58.
Searle on this streaming board all day, but the average is the same as he's been doing all the way through the day. He is right there within a point of his average form.
180.
I'll tell you what he did as well, Dan. He peaked at the back end of the match against Jeffrey Desvan. That's a good omen.
Well, that's his 4th 180 of this match. It's only 16th of the day. That's good, but it's not mind-blowing over 7 matches. His finishing must have been excellent, and it's been excellent here today, and this is excellent.
105.
5 perfect darts against the Van Gerwen throw.
Well, he had 7 in the semi-final. But he needs a break.
96.
And the moment could be arriving, should be arriving. 1 treble puts him in business.
105.
And that is sensible thinking as well.
$57.
16. Leaves tops. He's been very good on double
56.
top, but this one just cannot find the mark.
Well, this would be devastating.
138.
It wasn't far away. The 2 darts bunched in the corner of the treble.
Game
The double missed. And that hit by Ryan Searle, who now, well, it's his match to lose.
Ryan Searle is 2 legs away, not only from a first ever win over world number 1 Michael
41.
Van Gerwen, but his first ever ranking title in PDC darts. He did win a couple of times on the Challenge Tour back in
100.
2016 before he earned his spot on the full tour, where he has been ever since, and always looked a dangerous player when
57.
he's in those streaks of form. There have been months at a time where he could barely win a game. In fact, he couldn't win a game. But when he is playing well, like he was at the World
93.
Championship, like he's been doing here today, he really does look dangerous.
Well, he's one of those
57.
carefree types, Ryan Searle. If you talk to him behind the scenes, he just gets on with it, throws his darts and sort of sees what happens, and it might be the right attitude for a
180.
meeting with the likes of MVG, because let's not forget, Ryan Searle has had to step back in this match and watch at one point as the world number 1 reeled off 4
93.
consecutive legs. It hasn't floored him.
It hasn't, but MVG has hit straight back after being broken.
60.
Leaves himself a 2-dart checkout.
Has to hit big here, just to apply the pressure.
95.
That ain't really going to do it.
16 for double. No, he's gone 8 for tops.
48.
And it's just a little short.
Well, he had a 157 in the semi-final. Not going to add a 158 to the collection.
94.
He is relying on MVG missing, and relying on the best player on the planet missing is not a good strategy.
Game shot.
6-6. It is a best of 3. News of the world rules. Champion of champions rules. Of course, Ryan Searle is a man who's had some success in that tournament himself.
95.
He'd have probably bitten your hand off if you'd offered him this situation.
140.
He has to break the Van Gerwen throw. He's done it 3 times in this final.
99.
Well, he's in with a shout here. Has to find a couple of trebles, you would feel, this visit, if not
81.
rectify it in the next. That's a let-off for MVG.
100. 85. 43.
Just 43. And Van Gerwen knows it's a slip. Look at this.
171.
Oh, fabulous stuff from Ryan Searle, 171. Surely MVG can't do this again. He can't do it again. Oh, he can't do it again.
88.
To go back ahead and move within one leg.
12.
3 darts have been missed by Ryan Searle. Is that the moment that he served up the tie to MVG?
68.
Double 4 right on the wire. You can't get closer than that without the dart going in. Ryan Searle probably would have thought it was in, but that is in,
Game shot.
and he's in business.
Searle was brilliant at the start. Van Gerwen seemed to be taking control of this. Then they've just been sniping at each other until these latter stages. And that
6.
miss from MVG, that double 6 from Ryan Searle, that has just given him a sniff. He is a leg from glory.
140.
Ryan Searle
140.
has been playing PDC stuff. He had his tour card at the start of 2017. There have been long
59.
periods where he's questioned whether it's right for him because he's not been winning games. His confidence was through the floor. And now he is
180.
potentially 3 darts away from beating the best player in the world and winning a ranking title.
Well, it has been a remarkable run from Ryan Searle and an exceptional performance. He's not going to seal it here and now. He's just doing his sums. Michael Van Gerwen shaking his head. He knows he's powerless right now. Totally powerless.
Ryan Searle, 1 dart away. A huge moment in this man's life and career.
And Super Searle stuns Van Gerwen in the final. An 8-6 victory against the world number 1, whose wait for a title in 2020 continues. But Saturday belongs to Searle in Wigan. A superb run, which has seen him beat the likes of Glenn Durrant, Michael Smith, the world number 3 Gerwyn Price, and now the world number 1 Michael Van Gerwen. None of them were a match for that man, Ryan Searle. What a performance, a first PDC title from heavy metal.